Want to revitalize your house and make it more energy efficient? Start with the windows. It's out with the old and in with the new as we visit one home getting a new window renovation. Dental insurance. Do you need it? Today you'll see how a dental plan will have you and your family on track for proper dental care and still stay on budget. It's a bathroom remodel, but first, let's look at the shower glass. Harsh water conditions make these enclosures look dingy and fogged. Not anymore. We'll show you the latest in glass technology. This is the show all about you and your space, your home and surroundings. We are Designing Spaces. If you want to revitalize the look of your home and at the same time help make it more energy efficient, then look at the windows. The new generation of window glass in construction makes replacement windows a big upgrade for your home. Take a look.
When it comes to home improvements, many households are looking towards improving a home's energy efficiency.
How much energy can I save by using this product compared to a product that may or may not be Energy Star rated?
Not all windows are created equal, and to better understand what makes a good window, Designing Spaces visited the Window Mart factory in Royal, Arkansas, and asked Robert Tankersley to show us the components that add up to superior quality.
One of the key components to any window is the glass, because it takes up so much space in that product.
Over the last 20 years, glass, like all products, has advanced tremendously. As energy costs have continued to rise, glass companies have made significant advancements in technology, with glass coatings to improve energy performance and greatly reduce heating and cooling loss.
Most consumers nowadays understand low-E glass and what that is. It's actually a form of glass that reflects the sunlight. It allows some of the sun rays in and reflects some of the rays. We actually currently use a 5th generation low-E product from AGC called Comfort Select.
The next key component to the glass package is the spacer system. This is the part that separates the glass. Just like the glass, the spacer has undergone many years of upgrades since double-pane windows were first introduced.
The typical manufacturing process was a hollow piece of aluminum caulked or glued to 2 pieces of glass. We currently use a spacer system called Duralite by Quanex. It's absolutely the most energy efficient spacer on the market. It contains no metal.
Any type of metal conducts heat or cold. So the best way to stop things from conducting is by using something that doesn't have any metal in it.
Another key component of our windows is our reinforcement. It's a soy-based product that's good for our environment. It's stronger than aluminum and it's more thermally efficient. When you're talking about vinyl windows, obviously the most important part of the vinyl window is the vinyl.
The materials used in manufacturing here at Window Mart are carefully selected, including the best vinyl available on the market today.
So the easiest and quickest way for a manufacturer to reduce the cost of their windows is to make their products thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner.
When manufacturing becomes focused on costs, not quality, the products begin to fade, discolor, and break down over time.
We produce one of the heaviest vinyl windows on the market.
All of Window Mart's profiles are made from pure 100% pharmaceutical-grade vinyl. No fillers or regrind is used.
That's the way to make sure that those windows last a lifetime for our customer. There's 2 key parts to the balance system. There's a pivot bar that attaches to the sash, the part of the window that moves up and down, and then there's the coil part that attaches to the frame. We had Forgex develop a pivot bar for us that actually, when it's dropped into the coil balance shoe, it actually becomes a bond between the frame and the sash and doesn't allow the frame and the sash to pull apart. So it actually helps the structural integrity of the valance.
Welding is important because it adds strength to the main frame and sash, ensuring that each frame is precise, and most importantly, provides a tight seal, preventing air and water infiltration. Each and every window that leaves the plant gets inspected, not just a random inspection of 1 or 2 out of 10, but each and every window.
What Window Mart has done is we actually have a team of quality control engineers that work in the factory.
All the products used in manufacturing these windows are Made in the USA certified.
We felt a deep need to do the right thing when it comes to our community and our workers in America.
At this home in Hot Springs, Arkansas, new vinyl windows are being installed as part of a renovation. This is Dan and Gina Messersmith. After several home improvement projects, the time has come to put in new windows.
We both knew that we needed new windows because the original windows were all wood, and they were from the original home, which was, I think, built about 25 years ago.
After doing some research, Gina and Dan decided on windows from Window Mart.
We're looking for a maintenance-free window. Doesn't require painting. We're looking for energy efficiency, of course.
When selecting a contractor to do the job, it's recommended to find out how long they've been in the business and if they're licensed or bonded. By the end of the day, the windows are installed.
This exceeded our expectations. We are pleased.
These windows are absolutely amazing. What is so amazing is how quickly they took them out and put them back in and cleaned up all around it, and they're beautiful. They really are.
To learn more or to find a Window Mart dealer near you, visit windowmart.com. Also, visit designingspaces.tv, where you can see this portion of the show again.
Whether you're remodeling the bathroom, or upgrading the windows, or planning to get back to the dentist on a regular basis, we have the ideas and suggestions that will put you on track the way you like it. We are Designing Spaces.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show or to find out how to be part of the show, log on to designingspaces.tv. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.